everybody. Thank you for watching another video. So yeah, this past week Havasupai flooded and it flooded pretty good. And I wondered when I was down there, because I was down there just like not even a month ago, what would happen if I got caught up in a flood down there. It wasn't very clear as to what to expect, where to evacuate to. I mean, there's some sign posted here and there as to where to go, but there was really nothing there to prepare you. So I'm going to give you a lay of the land, a quick overview map, go through the campsite and kind of show you where you would be safe if you have to go to a evacuation spot at the last minute. And then well, first we'll have a look at some of the footage from some of the news stations, because it's pretty amazing at what I saw there. So right about now they're entering into their monsoon season. They say like late June all the way to August. So my best word of advice is, if you go down there anywhere between now and August, maybe even September, is just have a plan. Like, think to yourself, what would happen if I had to evacuate right away? Now for me, there wasn't much rain clouds in the forecast, but again, this is flash flooding. It can pop up anywhere. Cells can pop up whenever they wanted. So I did decide to leave some of my rain gear in the car, but because we're entering into the monsoon season, let's have a look at what some of those guys are facing. So let me see if I can pop up what the news station was showing here. So this is the first one. And let me see if I make that bigger. Okay, that looks bigger. So right about here is the top of Havasupai Falls. And if you reach this, you're safe, right? And it's like maybe 10 minutes away from the entrance of the camp. And again, I'll show you where this is on the map. So once you get there, you're good. And let me just bump ahead to what the waterfall actually looks like. Suppose it looked like that. Nice, beautiful, free-flowing waterfall. But it turned into just, look at how fast that's coming in. Like, can you imagine being down there at the bottom? That's just incredible. Incredible. Let me see if I can get over to the other news site to show you what's happening there. Can I make that bigger? Okay, here we go. So you can see it just flooding, and we'll see a lot of the campground here. Some people couldn't get their stuff together in that campground. So again, just kind of be prepared for flash flooding, and you can kind of see the layout of the campground there. But let me switch over to this so you can see here kind of what it looks like. Okay, let me back up a little bit and pause it on that map. Okay, so this is a quick map of what the campsite looks like, right? It's just straight up and down, about 3/4 of a mile. There's campsites on the left, campsites on the right near the creek or the river. And we're going to see, like, the campsites are like 10 feet away from where the river is located. The further up you go, trees become less available, and the campsites actually cross over the river/creek. So I don't even know what would happen if you got stranded on the other side, the right side of that river. But yeah, campsites up and down, and this might kind of help you figure out where you'd want to be if you're going soon, because the closer you are to the entrance, which is down at the bottom, the less walking you got to do, the less frantic you might have to be. And also the availability for trees gets less the closer you get up in that map. And if you're wondering where up is where Mooney Falls is at. So kind of important. Maybe like the theory that I had is, because I had really heavy contractor trash bags, if there was an emergency, I had enough paracord with me where I could just put my bags into a trash bag and then tie them up really high in the trees, and it can come back and get them later, and just evacuate to safety. So let's see if I can bump a little bit more forward here. Okay, that's the camp entrance. The ranger station is to the left, and this is, again, just relatively flat. And that little circle there is where the bag drop is, in case you're wondering where to pick up and drop off your bags if you have the pack mule. Outhouses here. And I don't even know if any of that stuff is still there. It probably all got washed away. But you can see here, again, just relatively flat, tons of trees. It's the very beginning of the camp. And again, no campfires. You can have gas stoves. And I can't believe the entire campsite was being provided by this little spring called Fern Springs, and you don't need to filter the water. Everybody was just drinking here. So you can see all the trees. So I'm at the very beginning of the camp there, and tons of places for you to hang stuff from the trees. And you can kind of see here that they do have, in some campsites, some plastic buckets available to keep the critters out. Or, some people were hanging their stuff up in trees. But again, flat, just flat. Now, where I'm standing, there's a bunch of tents and bunch of hammocks, and that right there is where that flood is going to come from. So if you can imagine being stuck on the other side, that's where the other campsites are at. Further up, near Mooney Falls. If you cross over, there's some bridges that cross over to some campsites there. But that's pretty much what the campsite looks like. Let me move over here to this. Okay, so this is another video that I was kind of working on here, and this is the overview of the map of kind of the campsites. So on the right is the campsite, about 3/4 of a mile long. If you look up to your left, that's where the Supai village is, and if you go up 2 miles, you hit the village. But if you see right over here at the beginning of the campsite, that there's the ranger station, and right when you leave camp, as long as you can get up on top of where Havasu Falls is, that's maybe about 10-15 minutes away, you're going to be fine. That's where the fry bread stand is at. And if you're kind of wondering where the other 3 waterfalls are, they're just more that way on the map. It's going to start off with, you're going to run into Hidden Falls first, Navajo, Little Navajo, and then 50 Foot. But as you can see here, all you got to do is get out of the camp and up on top of Havasu Falls, and you'll be fine. So I hope that helps out. If you're going down there, again, my best advice that I can give is just have an evacuation plan. Maybe on the first night, don't unpack all of your stuff. So in case something does happen, you can just pack up your stuff really quick. If you have multiple bags like I did, maybe plan to wrap around a tree so you can get out of there as soon as possible. Well, all right, guys, this is the ending of the video. I hope it helped kind of help you figure out what to do in a flood situation. And if you go down there, be ready for anything. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.